Hey yo, hello and welcome, and meow. Glad to have you with us again here on the Human Meme Podcast, influenced and written and produced and voiced with, you guessed it, AI. Oh sure, it's all true. I'm Atomic Dave, and I'm a bot. Beep, boop, blizzard, honk, meow. That's enough proof I'm not real, right? Well, I am real. I am based on the real voice of our favorite David Boles person dude, but I'm the AI version of that maniac, okay? Yes, okay then. Today we're going to discuss, dissect, and examine the Oresteia. Sounds heavy, right? It'll be an easy lift for us if we do it together. So, let's start with a little background history. Oh, and I should warn you now. Some of these names, even the name Oresteia, can be challenging for me to pronounce as an AI Boles bot voice. Yeah? So patience, please. I'm not perfect yet. I'm not human. The Oresteia is a trilogy of Greek tragedies written by Aeschylus in the 5th century BCE, comprising Agamemnon, the libation bearers, and the Eumenides. The trilogy explores profound themes of justice, retribution, and familial obligation, revolving around the character Orestes, who avenges his father Agamemnon's murder by killing his mother Clytemnestra. Role and effects in ancient society. In the ancient Greek polis, the Oresteia served multiple functions. It was not merely entertainment but an instrument for ethical and civic education. By incorporating elements from Greek mythology and real political issues, the trilogy provided a shared cultural narrative that audiences could relate to. It engaged the public in an examination of their institutions and laws, particularly the nature and administration of justice. The final installment, the Eumenides, specifically presents the establishment of the court of Areopagus in Athens as a solution to the cycle of blood vengeance. Herein lay the endorsement of a shift from private vendetta to public, lawful adjudication. Importance in modern society. In contemporary times, the Oresteia's influence persists, primarily within academic discourse and in the realms of law and justice. It serves as an archetype for the evolving concept of justice, from vendetta and divine intervention to institutionalized legal systems. For instance, the Eumenides offers an early exploration of the transition from a matriarchal to a patriarchal social order, as well as the movement from the primacy of the family to that of the state, issues that continue to be relevant in modern social and political theory. The Oresteia is frequently cited in philosophical and legal texts for its foundational role in Western conceptions of justice. Furthermore, adaptations and reinterpretations of the Oresteia have found their way into modern theater, literature, and even political dialogue. These adaptations often re-examine the trilogy's core themes in the context of current ethical debates, such as the tension between vengeance and justice, or individual moral responsibility within societal structures. The work therefore serves not only as an influential text of ancient literature, but also as a continuously relevant touchstone for modern intellectual and creative inquiry. The Oresteia, both in its historical context and modern reception, serves as a foundational text for exploring the complexities of justice and governance. It invites rigorous ethical analysis, constituting an indispensable resource for both historical understanding and contemporary debate. The Oresteia has inspired numerous adaptations and reinterpretations across various mediums, including theater, opera, literature, and film. Here are a few prominent examples, each with a brief comparison to the original trilogy. Theater. Morning Becomes Electra by Eugene O'Neill, 1931. Similarities. Retains the central themes of familial betrayal and the quest for justice. Dissimilarities. Set in post-Civil War America, it replaces Greek gods and traditions with a puritanical Christian setting. Les Atrides by Ariane Manouchkine, 1990. Similarities. Adheres closely to the text and its themes of revenge and justice. Dissimilarities. Adds contemporary elements, including costumes and settings, to make the ancient story more relatable to a modern audience. Opera. Electra by Richard Strauss, 1909. Similarities. Focuses on the emotional depths of the characters, much like the original text. Dissimilarities. Primarily concentrates on Electra's perspective, thereby sidelining other key characters like Orestes. Literature. House of Names by Colm Toibin, 2017. Similarities. Follows the story of Clytemnestra's revenge and Orestes' return. Dissimilarities. Presented as a modern novel, it takes liberties in developing the psychological intricacies of the characters. The Oresteia by Ischylos, translated by Anne Carson, 2009. Similarities. A faithful translation that aims to preserve the essence of the original. Dissimilarities. The language and stylistic elements are updated for contemporary understanding. Film. Oresteia by Tony Harrison, 1983 TV adaptation. Similarities. Faithfully adapts the original text. Dissimilarities. Utilizes modern film techniques like quick cuts and close-ups to emphasize emotional aspects of the story. Each of these adaptations maintains a core fidelity to the themes of justice, retribution, and family dynamics present in Aeschylus's original works. However, they diverge in their contextual settings, stylistic choices, and sometimes in their narrative focus, reflecting the concerns and interpretations of different eras and cultures. These adaptations manifest the enduring relevance of the Oresteia, showcasing its conceptual depth by framing its themes in various cultural and temporal contexts. Now let's see how we might create a whole new version of the Oresteia to explore the rise of fascism in America over the last 2 decades. Here is a proposed plot outline. Title: The American Oresteia. Act 1, The Patriot. Adaptation of Agamemnon. Introduction. James Argos, a decorated military general, returns home after a controversial war to a seemingly supportive but deeply divided America. Conflict. Laura, his politically savvy wife, is outraged at James for the loss of their daughter Emily, whom he sacrificed for the sake of national interest during the war. Climax. Laura collaborates with her lover, Ethan, a rising far-right politician, to assassinate James as an act of revenge and to take political power. Resolution. Laura and Ethan succeed in their plot, seizing control of key political positions and declaring a new era of American nationalism. Act 2. Children of Vengeance. Adaptation of The Libation Bearers. Introduction. Oliver, the son of James and Laura, returns from exile abroad upon hearing about his father's murder. Conflict. Guided by his sister Elsie and his close friend Pete, Oliver grapples with the dilemma of avenging his father's death, which would mean killing his own mother. Climax. Oliver learns of his mother's infidelity and political ambitions, motivating him to take action. Resolution. Oliver kills Laura and Ethan, setting off a nationwide manhunt against him, polarizing the country further. Act 3. The Tribunal. Adaptation of The Eumenides. Introduction. Oliver is captured and faces trial. The nation is torn between viewing him as a hero or a murderer. Conflict. Amanda, a level-headed senator, proposes a groundbreaking national tribunal that will hear Oliver's case as a model for administering justice in polarized times. Climax. The tribunal takes place. The Furies, portrayed as social media campaigns and news pundits, demand Oliver's conviction. Resolution. Amanda successfully argues for reforming the justice system to break the cycle of revenge and violence. Oliver is exiled but not executed, symbolizing the end of an era and the aspiration for a just society. Themes: the decay of democratic institutions, the gradual crumbling of checks and balances and the rule of law, the abuse of power, the corrosive influence of autocratic tendencies in modern-day politics. Justice versus vengeance, the struggle to define justice in a society given to extremes of thought and action. Media as the modern Furies. The role of media in shaping public opinion, sometimes to destructive ends. By employing the Oresteia as a framework, the trilogy provides a panoramic view of a country in flux, illustrating the devastating consequences of political extremism, while probing the complexities of justice in a deeply divided society. The Oresteia, as a seminal text of Western culture, will likely continue to wield substantial influence a century from now, both as a subject of academic scrutiny and a touchstone for broader societal issues. Here are some plausible trajectories. In academic discourse. Interdisciplinary studies. The Oresteia will be increasingly dissected through the lenses of multiple disciplines such as psychoanalysis, gender studies, and post-colonial theory, generating nuanced insights into its themes. In social and ethical dialogues, universal ethical queries. In an era likely to be replete with ethical dilemmas pertaining to AI, bioengineering, and climate change, the Oresteia's core themes of justice, retribution, and societal order will continue to serve as a heuristic framework. Political activism. The text may be invoked in movements advocating for justice reform, social equality, and civil liberties, underscoring its enduring relevance. Virtual reality and augmented reality. New media could offer interactive experiences of the Oresteia, enabling a deeper emotional and intellectual engagement with the text. Conflict resolution. The trilogy's underlying theme of moving from personal vengeance to institutionalized justice could serve as a model for peace treaties and post-conflict resolutions in a geopolitically fragmented world. The Oresteia is likely to remain an essential text, continually adapted and interpreted through the myriad lenses of evolving human society. Its themes, etched in the human psyche and woven into the fabric of communal life, will render it perpetually pertinent, serving as a mirror in which humanity can repeatedly examine its most enduring and vexing dilemmas. Woo! That was quite an adventure. This Human Meme AI podcast episode became its very own little Oresteia trilogy. You're welcome. Meow. Hey, I'm Atomic Dave, and I thank you for joining us today. The real David Boles, the AI David Boles, is here, but not exactly living, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Until next time, be a human meme. Meow.